This is ABC 7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilgus. Thank you for joining us tonight. A much anticipated conversation between the local chapter of the NAACP and the Sarasota police, canceled by police at the last hour. But the reason why isn't exactly clear. The meeting on the heels of the deaths of 2 black men at the hands of police officers and the murder of 5 officers in Dallas. ABC 7's Ray Collins explained what happened tonight instead of that canceled meeting.
It was an unsettled night in Newtown, and not just that imminent storm. In the wake of the shootings in Dallas, a community conversation was set between the NAACP and Sarasota police, but it was canceled an hour before it was set to begin. A police press release cited an issue of logistics.
Again, you might remember.
Undeterred, members of the NAACP and a cross-section of the community jammed into a smaller venue called the Outreach Ministry on Martin Luther King Boulevard. While demonstrators rushed protest signs up to the new venue, inside the building, a series of speakers took their turns at the podium, including a member of the Citizens Advisory Panel to the Sarasota Police.
They looked at the 21st century policing.
And throughout the evening, a series of speakers continued, their voices also piped outdoors to an exterior sound system.
It's not my fault because I was born black. It's not your fault because you were born white. But if I draw your blood, everybody's blood is the same color.
So police say the meeting will be rescheduled in the near future at a place better able to handle large crowds. In the newsroom, Ray Collins, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Ray. Friends and family of the 5 slain Dallas police officers have begun the difficult task of saying goodbye. Today, Officer Brent Thompson, Sergeant Michael Smith, and Senior Corporal Lorne Aarons were laid to rest. Bagpipes serenaded the family of Senior Corporal Aarons. Loved ones remembered the father of 2 for his dedication, compassion, and bravery. Sergeant Smith's sister, meanwhile, described him as a patriot, a perfectionist, and a peacemaker who loved deeply. And the wife of Officer Thompson went from newlywed to widow in a matter of 2 weeks. Standing in her uniform, she talked about her husband's love for his 6 kids and his devotion to the force.
Though I'm heartbroken and hurt, I'm going to put on my badge and my uniform and return to the street, along with all of my brothers and sisters in blue.
Funerals for the 2 other officers killed, Michael Kroll and Patrick Zamaripa, will happen later in the week. The services for Philandro Castile will take place in St. Paul tomorrow. A group of organizations in Louisiana, including the ACLU, are suing the Baton Rouge Police Department. The organizations allege that authorities have used excessive force, carried out mass arrests, and abused demonstrators protesting last week's police shooting death of Alton Sterling. Over a 3-day period, police arrested about 200 people. The governor is coming to the police department's defense, calling their response moderate. Sterling's son, meanwhile, opened up today asking for protesters to be calm.
Protest in peace, not guns, not drugs, not alcohol, not violence. Everyone needs to protest in the right way.
It was just yesterday when police announced they had arrested 3 suspects who were allegedly planning to kill officers in the Louisiana area. Police are still looking for 1 more suspect. And President Obama today convening a roundtable at the White House following his trip to Dallas. The task force is comprised of top administration officials, police chiefs from around the country, and civil rights activists. They're looking to develop a systematic plan to keep streets and law enforcement safe.
We have to, as a country, sit down and just grind it out, solve these problems. And I think if we have that kind of sustained commitment, I'm confident we can do so.
The conversation in D.C. lasted hours. President Obama called it an excellent talk, but says the country is not yet where it needs to be on these issues. And now we'll head over to Bob and take a look at our forecast.
Haley, we had so many photos sent in tonight. I wanted to show you this dramatic shot of the tower cam as it caught that area of heavy rainfall and that amazing shelf cloud that you see right there moving on through and then bringing some very windy conditions, some heavy rainfall and lightning at times with dramatic photos of rainbows and all sorts of interesting cloud formations. We'll show more of those. Can't show them all, but we'll show more of those coming up in just a few minutes. As well as you can go to our website at mysuncoast.com, click on the news tab at the top left, and drop down menu will show more pictures. But the good news is the heavy rain is over for the time being, but it'll be back again tomorrow. Things aren't changing much at all. The showers are very light, still lingering around parts of the Suncoast, but skies are starting to clear out. Some areas getting nearly 3 inches of rain and slightly over that just north of Northport. Lesser amounts, but still pretty heavy near Venice. Inglewood, just 3/10 of an inch of rainfall. And then as you move toward Gulf Gate and Siesta Key, less than a half inch of rainfall there. And in Palmetto and Bradenton, they had their fair share yesterday. Today, not nearly as much. We'll have much more in our forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. Law enforcement has released custody of the Pulse nightclub back to its owners today, about a month after the worst mass shooting in modern U.S. history. The nightclub has been under the control of the Orlando Police Department and Florida Department of Law Enforcement since the massacre on June 12th. The state and FBI criminal investigations are still ongoing. The club owner says in a statement that she's uncertain about the specific next steps, but club management can now begin to make plans for the future of Pulse. New tonight, legislation co-sponsored by Suncoast Congressman Vern Buchanan has been passed by Congress and now heads to the president for approval. The bill aims at reducing heroin and opioid addiction, which has been an ongoing problem around the country and on the Suncoast. Buchanan says Manatee County had more heroin overdose deaths per capita than any other Florida county in 2014. The legislation will establish grant programs to provide abuse prevention treatment services. Longboat Key's largest beach renourishment project in the middle of the island is in its final week. Since April, dump trucks have shipped more than 300,000 tons of sand here from Lakeland. But when this project ends, more will start elsewhere on the shoreline. Next, the town plans to dredge 200,000 cubic yards of sand from New Pass for the south end of the island. 2 months later, they will repeat the process in Longboat Pass for the north end. Several locals are glad to be done with the dump trucks, while others are eager to see their beaches get a makeover.
That's been pretty annoying. A lot of sound, interrupting conversations with customers and things like that.
The beach has been eroding away slowly, but it's gotten to the point where there's not much beach left.
The dump trucks will make a comeback for 3 weeks between dredging New Pass and Longboat Pass, bringing more of that Lakeland sand to Longboat Key Club Resort. A developer who owns hundreds of acres of prime real estate near the water in Cortez wants to build a huge waterfront community. The proposed Peninsula Bay Development, which is currently mainly farmland, would be located just north of Cortez Road between 103rd and 119th Street West on Peninsula Bay. It would feature more than 1,900 homes, a hotel, a marina, a boat ramp, and 90,000 square feet of commercial waterfront space. Whiting Preston is the developer behind this proposed project.
There isn't a lot of developments like this, and if you look at our plan, we've moved most of the housing away from the waterfront. We separate that with open spaces, a 67-acre lake. We really try to do things that generally have not been done here.
Preston and his team will be meeting with the Planning and Zoning Commission on Thursday. New tonight at 11, Sarasota police responded to the Ringling Bridge this evening to remove a boat that had broken loose from its anchorage. It was important they get this out of the way so it doesn't damage the bridge. Plus, officers say there are fuel cans on the boat that could be a hazard if the vessel sinks. The U.S. Coast Guard helped tow the boat in, and police are now trying to locate the owners. Straight ahead, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with the official Suncoast forecast. Plus, the Veep stakes are in full swing as Donald Trump tries out potential running mates when we may know his final decision. And Pokemon Go, love it or hate it, it is everywhere, and Northport police are even having a little fun of their own involving this gaming sensation.
Need new windows? Buy direct from the factory. New South Window is having a sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Buy 4 windows, save 25%. Buy 6 windows, save 30%. Buy 8 or more windows and save 35%. How? Because New South owns the factory and you cut out the middleman. Award-winning, energy-efficient windows and doors installed with a lifetime warranty. New South Windows are made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com or call now.
like we're getting another new neighbor.
Now you could be the millionaire next door. Play Monopoly Florida Edition scratch-off games with a top prize of $5 million. The Florida Lottery. Just imagine.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, it's all about getting more for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. Stop by to see our new state-of-the-art showroom today, and you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet, a new 2016 Subaru Forester, for just $229 a month. Complimentary maintenance included at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
This is a special health alert for seniors suffering with joint pain. If you have Medicare insurance, you may qualify for high-quality support braces at little or no cost.
I'm thrilled with my knee braces.
Now, there is a simple and proven solution for seniors to get out of pain with state-of-the-art support braces.
I barely feel any pain at all.
Braces for your knees and back, as well as your shoulders and ankles, too.
I'm so happy with the quality of these braces.
Call now, and you could qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost.
I can play ball again, and it doesn't hurt.
And because of my Medicare coverage, it costs me next to nothing.
So call now.
And because I have this red, white, and blue Medicare card, my braces have cost me just about nothing.
It's true. You may get a knee, back, shoulder, and ankle brace at little or no cost.
They qualified me for 2 knee braces and a back brace.
If you have knee or back pain, give them a call. They can help.
1-800-476-8967. 1-800-476-8967.
Hurricane season is here. Are you prepared? ABC7 has the information you need. Access our special Surviving a Hurricane now. Learn how to prepare a readiness plan and survival kit. Know your evacuation route. Be prepared, Suncoast, when severe weather threatens. Access our special on our ABC7 app and all our live streaming platforms.
Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Roku.
Well, Bob, I heard the thunder boom. We had some stuff to do in between shows, so I didn't make it outside, but I assume it was very rainy and lots of thunder.
Lots of thunder, lots of lightning, and get a look at this lightning shot sent in by Dylan John Wade Cox, and he goes around town sometimes sending these pictures in. Very dramatic shot. You can see that lightning strike actually hits the bridge, the Ringling Bridge right there, and he said he was never so scared in his life. It was so close to him right there, and thunder occurred immediately after it hit, so you know it was close, and luckily no one was hurt as far as the reports go with that. And get a look at these guys. Not the best thing to do. This is before that big storm moved on in. This is at the Legacy in Lakewood Ranch. This looks like the third hole, par 3. Mark Bruce sending this one in, and I'm sure they did not get to finish their round as those storms quickly moved in. And I mentioned this wall cloud, if you will. It's a big gust front out ahead of this heavy rainfall. Janet Russo from Bradenton got this dramatic looking shot. And then finally, Siesta Key. A nice rainbow there. Maria Rose, the better half of Cliff Rose, who's a photographer around town, getting that brilliant shot of at least a partial rainbow. Appreciate all those coming in, and you can go to mysuncoast.com and see some more there too by clicking on news and then scrolling down and clicking on photos. Get a look at this. Again, heavy rainfall, Lakewood Ranch, and then captured just around 8:30 or so. You can see a partial rainbow there too. So skies cleared out, and it has been very dramatic 2 days in a row of heavy rain, storms, and then a nice finish as things have come to an end now across the area, and it has cooled things down. That's one of the benefits of these afternoon showers and storms. That really has a tendency to cool things off and make for a nice start tomorrow morning. But then we'll finish again with showers and storms in the off. And you see all this lightning coming together as the east coast and southeast wind kind of meet, and then it really flares up right here along the sun coast, and then it drifts off to the west, which is fairly typical for summer months here, although there are times that does change around a little bit. As far as rainfall estimates go, we showed these earlier. Some of these in 3-inch range now, just north of Northport and near Arcadia. Lesser amounts, so in northwest Bradenton, although yesterday there into Palmetto and Bradenton, they had at least 2 inches of rain. 76 now at the airport. It's clear. The dew point is at 70. Winds are out of the east at 8. And the pressure now 30-13. That's high and continues to rise. The high today was 95 degrees. 2 days in a row we topped at 95, and 96 the record set in 1932. This morning's low was at 76, which is our current temperature, and had some rainfall today. We're doing pretty well now. We're getting back to almost close to normal. All it would take is one big storm to develop right over the airport to bring us back to normal for the month. 82 in Jacksonville, 77 in Orlando, 78 now into Miami. And temperatures all around town now, mid-70s. Quite nice in Avon Park, Sebring at 75 degrees, a little bit warmer right near the water at Braden Beach at 78. And we continue to show that dry air in the tropics. Good news on the tropical front. With all this dry air in place, it inhibits development of tropical systems. So not a big concern at this point as this continues to work its way toward the west. This first round looks like we'll miss our area. However, some of this will entrain, I think, later on down next week and put a possible stop to our afternoon and evening storms. We'll see how that plays out next week. But for tonight, no more storms. And then tomorrow, a few isolated cells around 3, and then building stronger into the early evening hours. And they will then wind down, and we'll see more again throughout the day on Friday with showers and storms in the forecast. Some of those could be heavy, and there's a possibility of some severe storms too. Temperatures, it's still warm in Toronto. They were into the mid-90s there today. 84 degrees, 74 in Cleveland, and 92 into Dallas, 105 in Phoenix. A light shot for boaters. We'll start off with the southeast wind, turn to the southwest, and at around 5 to 10 knots. The UV index will stay high with a lot of sunshine in the morning, going lower in the evening. High tide, or I should say late afternoon. High tide at 9:44. We had that. Low tide will be at 2:42. And the forecast tonight. The evening storms are gone for the most part. A few showers still exist off in the Gulf of Mexico. And then tomorrow, the summer pattern continues. A high near 92. Some of the storms could be strong. The extended forecast does call for a good chance for showers and storms right through the next 7 days, with highs fairly typical. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. A new NBC News Survey Monkey poll has Hillary Clinton with a slight edge over Donald Trump nationally, but in Florida, it's a different story. In a major shift from last month, a new Quinnipiac poll shows Trump overtaking Clinton in this key swing state. In a head-to-head matchup, Trump leads the former Secretary of State by a margin of 42 to 39% in Florida. Trump also leads by a margin of 41% to 36% when Libertarian candidate Gary Johnson and Green Party candidate Jill Stein are added to the mix. The two other swing states, Ohio and Pennsylvania, Clinton and Trump are neck and neck. Trump's campaign chairman says tonight that the presumptive Republican nominee will announce his VP decision on Friday. There are a few candidates still officially on the list, but Trump says he's really just picking between the top two. This as Trump and his family met behind closed doors with Indiana Governor Mike Pence, who he was also with at a rally last night.
At 3, potentially 4, but in my own mind, I probably am thinking about 2.
The names most frequently linked to the presumptive Republican nominee are Pence, New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, and former House Speaker Newt Gingrich. Meanwhile, standing inside the Illinois Old State House, where President Abraham Lincoln once said, "A house divided against itself cannot stand," Hillary Clinton today called for unity after the recent shootings in Minnesota, Louisiana, and Dallas.
I believe that our future peace and prosperity depends on whether we meet this moment with honesty and courage.
She called for criminal justice reform, gun control, and a change in tone. She shared in that responsibility, saying that some of her own words and actions have fueled partisanship. A lawsuit between the UTC Mall and a former tenant is now settled. We first told you in February about mall management suing the owner of the Jackie Z Style Company after mall officials say she broke her lease when closing the boutique that she owned last year inside the mall. The Sarasota Herald Tribune is now reporting that the lawsuit was settled out of court. An affiliate of the mall's parent company was suing for roughly $1.5 million, but the settlement amount was not disclosed. Northport police are joining in on the Pokemon Go action, sort of anyway. The department, which has received awards for its social media outreach, posted this on Twitter today. A picture of a radar gun with the caption, "We're not quite looking for Pokemon," continuing heavy traffic enforcement along US 41, hashtag PokeStop. Earlier this week, Sarasota police urged Pokemon Go players to use caution when using this mobile app, explaining that just like texting and driving, it is a secondary offense to play the game behind the wheel. And remember, if you're walking and doing Pokemon Go, you could also run into something, so be careful out there. Sports is next. Stay with us.
Florida Studio Theater presents the 8th Annual Sarasota Improv Festival, July 14th through 16th. 3 days of non-stop comedy with 18 groups from New York City, Atlanta, Austin, Boston, Chicago, Columbia, Canada, Orlando, and more. The laughter will be unlimited. Don't miss what Daly City says is non-stop lunacy. Featured acts will include premier improv group Impro Theater. Improv Festival passes and tickets are on sale now. 941-366-9000 or visit floridastudiotheater.org.
At 6:30, ABC brings you news from around the world, and now ABC 7 brings you more in-depth coverage of the stories making news on the Sun Coast. Join your Sun Coast news team for the all-new ABC 7 News 7.
Attention, this is an important message for anyone who had an IVC filter placed to prevent blood clots from traveling to their heart or lungs. Did your IVC filter move, break, or cause organ damage? The FDA warns that IVC filters may cause serious complications, such as heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, even death. If you or a loved one suffered serious complications, call IVC Filter Helpline now. You may be entitled to compensation. IVC filters are designed to prevent blood clots. If your IVC filter moved or broke and you suffered heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, or if a loved one died as a result, call IVC Filter Helpline today. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You'll pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call today for a free confidential consultation. Don't fight this alone. Call IVC Filter Helpline now.
Please call 800-897-6764. That is 800-897-6764.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
They care. They take the time to understand you, take the time to understand your case.
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.
Now, sports.
The Rays' Kevin Kiermaier was supposed to take the field in Port Charlotte tonight as he makes his way back from injury, but Mother Nature had other plans. The game between the Charlotte Stone Crabs and Lakeland Flying Tigers was postponed due to rain. While the Golden Glover wasn't able to play tonight for the Rays' minor league affiliate, he did stick around to sign some autographs. The outfielder has been out since late May after breaking his left hand. Tonight's game will be made up as part of a doubleheader tomorrow. Kiermaier is expected to play and should be rejoining the big league squad very soon. Nearly 2 seasons later, could Deflategate saga finally be over? A U.S. appeals court has rejected quarterback Tom Brady and the NFL Players Association's request for a new hearing on his 4-game suspension. The NFL's suspension of Brady came after investigators said that the Patriots star likely knew that footballs for a playoff game against the Colts were underinflated. The next step from here, Brady can either accept the punishment or attempt to appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court over deflated footballs. But anyways, you saw it right here on ABC 7, the 2016 ESPYs, with the sports world honoring the best athletes and the best moments of the past year. ABC's Lauren Lister is in L.A. with more.
We cannot ignore the realities of the current state of America.
The big night to celebrate sports, starting with a call to action.
Alton Sterling, Philando Castile. This is also our reality.
4 of the NBA's biggest names using their star power to address recent violence between police and Black Americans.
The shoot to kill mentality has to stop, but also the retaliation has to stop.
It's time to look in the mirror and ask ourselves, what are we doing to create change?
After that, the ESPYs turned to celebrating the biggest sports moments of the year.
Welcome to the ESPY Awards.
Hosted by WWE star John Cena, the show included laughs and inspiration, including a message from President Obama as part of the Arthur Ashe Courage Award.
Xavier gave his life to save someone else's. What's our excuse for not acting?
15-year-old football star Xavier Dobson was posthumously honored. The teen athlete died in December, shielding others during a shooting. Other big moments, retiring athletes Kobe Bryant, Abby Wambach, and Peyton Manning honored with Icon Awards. Winding up the night, the award for Best Female Athlete going to
Brianna Stewart.
And Best Male Athlete,
LeBron James.
Lauren Lister, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Thank you, Lauren. That's a look at sports. We'll have tonight's winning lotto numbers straight ahead.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
And for a limited time, Minnesota Flooring is offering you unbelievable pricing on tile and laminate. Porcelain tile only $1.59. Ceramic tile 99 cents. And 16 by 16 tile $1.19. Laminate flooring is only 99 cents. But these prices won't last. Don't miss out on these great deals. Hurry into Minnesota Flooring today.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names. They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
Call right now to get your free Senior Care Compass ebook. Find out about the 5 best-kept secrets on financing senior care and assisted living.
Call now, 800-290-0352. 800-290-0352.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WindGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WindGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
Come uncork your inner artist at Painting with a Twist. Bring your favorite bottle of wine and appetizers and enjoy an evening out with friends to celebrate any special occasion. It's perfect for a girls' night out, birthday parties, or a fun date night. Painting with a Twist offers 2 or 3 hour classes that are instructed by local artists, and there is no experience required. We now have 2 convenient locations in Sarasota and Bradenton. Visit our website to view our calendar and schedule your next party today.
Finally tonight, sometimes you realize you're a cute dog and you're athletic and you're in a seemingly endless field of tall grass, so you just have to jump for joy. We think this pup is really like suited to play sports or to be in agility or something, right? Because those are some impressive leaping skills right there.
chicken dog.
Yep, half kangaroo or something.
Yeah.
Have a good night. See you tomorrow.